Now then, we're very lucky. We've got another treat for boxing fans this afternoon. We're joined in the studio by Amir Khan. Amir, thanks very much indeed for coming in. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, yeah. You know, especially after the last couple of weeks, I've been so crazy because of the last fight. I mean, I should have been fighting last Saturday.
That's right, I was just going to ask you, how are you feeling about the fact that, of course, you had been scheduled to fight last weekend against Lamont Peterson? That didn't happen. How disappointed are you?
I'm very disappointed because, you know, 10 weeks of training. I mean, everyone knows how hard I train, and for this fight, especially the rematch against Lamont Peterson, especially what happened the first fight, I wanted to prove a point. I wanted to win this fight in style, and I wanted to go in there and knock him out, really, and bring them world titles back to Britain. I remember being sat here, you know, 10 weeks before I went away, and we spoke about the same thing. And then a couple of weeks before, well, literally 10 days before the fight, I get a phone call saying that Lamont Peterson failed the drug test, and the fight is no longer going to go ahead.
How do you readjust to that disappointment, the fact that you have put all that training in? How do you sort of channel it differently and look forward positively?
Well, you know, first of all, you know, it's great what the Voluntary Anti-Doping Commission did. They got taking drugs, I mean, making sure fighters are clean, not taking drugs or anything. But secondly, you know, I was really disappointed because I know how hard I train, and I really wanted to bring the world titles back home. And then, you know, when all this happened, it just put me back to where I started. Now I have to look at another opponent, I have to reschedule another fight, and go back to the drawing board again. And all that training that we did for the 10 weeks, you know, it's just gone to a waste, really. I mean, I pushed my body so hard, and I was just ready for it.
Before we talk about your next fight, it's still undecided, of course, what will happen to the belts. What would you like to see happen?
Well, you know, I'd love the IBF and the WBA to give them titles back, or, you know, I'm not bothered if they make it vacant for my next fight. Whoever I fight, and also Lamont Peterson, I think he should face a ban. I mean, you know, I think taking drugs in the sport is wrong, and it's not fair.
Next up, then, you have rearranged this fight now with Danny Garcia. That's come in instead, who won the WBC belt in March, of course, beating Morales. What type of fighter is he? What are you expecting from this bout?
Danny Garcia is a young fighter. You know, he's 23 years old. He's only had 23 fights, knocked 14 out. He's unbeaten. He's strong, got power, has speed. But I think, you know, it's a bit early for him to fight me, but him being a world champion, I think it'll be a good fight because he'll be very confident. Like I said, he's never tasted defeat before, so he's not going to come into the fight just to make numbers. He'll want to win the fight, and, you know, who knows, the other two titles might be on the line, then the fight becomes an undisputed unification fight. So, you know, him being young and ambitious, it'll be a big fight for him.
Yeah, he's ambitious, and he's certainly not lacking belief. He said, I've watched Khan a lot. I don't think he's what people say he is, getting all this credit.
Well, you know, we'll see on July 14th when the fight happens. I mean, we know he's a great fighter, and you know he's going to be. I think this is just a class above him, you know. But we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be another amazing fight. Whoever I fight, I always put on a great performance. And like I said, if all the titles are on the line, you know, we will bring the titles home.
Yep. And the fact it's taking place as well in Las Vegas, you're not expecting to see any mystery men in hats at ringside, are you?
I fought in Vegas twice before, and I've had, you know,
no men in hats.
Yeah, no men in hats sat around messing around with judge cards and everything. But I mean, hopefully it should be another good win for us over there, because 2 good wins there before, let's make it a 3rd one.
And after that, do you still plan to move up a weight division? Is that your plan? My
plan is to move up to 147 and face one of the big names out there. You've got Victor Ortiz there. We had Berto there, who also got tested positive, so I don't know what's going to happen with him. You've got, you know, you've got like some Manny Mayweather, so you've got some super names there. So, you know, I'll be in that mix, and then we'll sit down with Freddie Roach and see what route we're going to take towards the big names.
The fact that you and Manny are in the same stable, would that put you off a fight with him?
No, it wouldn't. Well, with Manny, yeah, I'll never fight Manny Pacquiao. I mean, Manny get on quite well. We're good friends, and we sometimes joke about it in the gym. We spar each other, so we know each other quite well. But I don't think Freddie will be happy if we both faced each other in the gym, in the ring, sorry.
No. And another of the current world welterweight champions, Paulie Malignaggi. I mean, you've already beaten. Does that give you an extra confidence, do you think, about moving up? When I beat Paulie Malignaggi in the 147, at the 140 pounds division, everyone was saying, look, he's finished and he's had his best days. But now he comes back moving up a weight and winning a world title. So that'd be an amazing fight for me. If that fight did happen, definitely, I think I will do the same thing that we did in the last fight.
Just finally, Amir, it's 8 years now since you won silver in the Olympics. I don't know if it feels like that to you. Will you be watching any of the boxing at London 2012?
Yeah, I'll be definitely at the boxing and watching and supporting the British fighters. I'm an ambassador of the Olympics 2012 as well, so I'll be there sitting on the sofa doing interviews and stuff and being part of the Olympic Games. I mean, it's a brilliant opportunity for England to have the Olympics here, so I'm going to make the most of it.
We had another guy in the studio just a few moments ago, David Price, of course.
I was with him in the back, yeah.
Yeah, and he'll be on ringside with you later. Another guy who came through the Olympics as well. How highly do you rate him?
David is an amazing fighter, and it's just he's only had 13 fights and already being, you know, put amongst the names of the Klitschko's. And I really think he has a style to beat the Klitschko's because he's tall and strong, and he's got the hand speed and power. So yeah, he's one to look out for.
Well, Amir, thanks very much again for coming in. Fantastic to have you in here.
Thank you.
And of course, you can see more of Amir and ringside.